What's happening, Patreon? Out here on the porch. A couple of fighter jets chasing each other. I just got back from Port Townsend, Washington, and this video is going to have a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, like some jams from in the houses after the thing, and then some of the porch jams that were happening during the event, and it's really cool. So there, some of the stuff doesn't have harmonica in it, but it's just beautiful. And I'll tell you a little bit about what the event was. So, wow, what is going on up here? What the heck was that? That second one, huh? Has your algorithm been telling you that there's an alien ship headed to the Earth? Just mine. Supposed to get here in 2027. I have not had this cigar in a really long time, and I can't believe how good it is. It's an Aging Room Quattro. So, what is happening? So, anybody can get this. This is not one of my special rare cigars. You can get this anywhere, and it's not expensive. I think it's like probably like $8 or $11 or something like that. Really, really good. Take my word for it. I'm starting to get to the point after all these years where I know a good cigar. I know what I like. I know what I like. And I know that I like this. Oh my goodness. I might have to turn the phone around and capture this alien attack. Sheesh. All right. So, Port Townsend. So I got hired to do this acoustic workshop. That's what they said. And it's supposed to be like 2 hours of teaching, or two like 1 hour and 45-minute classes a day, and then like a few performances over the course of like a week. So what it turned into was this, okay? It was on this army barracks. And my house was at like one of the barracks, and I had a roommate, this guy Lakota John. I didn't put him in the video. I should have put him in, but I didn't want to make the video too long. But my house was really far away from like where the event was. Like, in other words, it would take me about 15 minutes to walk to where my room was and back, and it was like up this hill and stuff, you know. If you go to my Instagram, Jason Ricci 93. What's up, Bruce? Thanks for bringing that book by the other day. I don't know, it's Kate. She buys books and she doesn't read them, you know. She just gets them to like have.
I got excited. I was like, this feels like a book. I don't remember ordering a book. I love a book. And I looked and I was like, ah.
Well, now I know what to get you for Christmas. What kind of books you like?
Man, I'm kind of all over the place. But I gotta, honestly, I'll be honest with you, man, I gotta get back into reading. Like, I used to be a big reader, and I haven't been reading as much lately because.
You like biographies?
I do.
What kind of music do you like?
Oh, man. Gosh. I'm kind of a child of the 90s, but, like, I go back further. Like, I love Hendrix and, Pearl Jam, bluegrass, reggae. I'm kind of all over the place as well, honestly.
Maybe Let's see, I'm trying to think. I don't think any of the Pixies ever wrote a book about anything. And then, of course, Kurt Cobain, maybe Dave Grohl's got a book.
Huh. All right.
Just shooting ideas out.
Yeah. Right. You read anything good? Good lately?
Oh, I stopped reading a long time ago when I got out of jail. I read a lot in there.
I know what you mean, man. Like, I mean, not about jail, but like,
Yeah.
But about med school, like, they forced you to read so much that I was like, fuck it. For a couple of years, I was like,
Well, it just got weird. Like, I used to read a lot because, we're in the back of that van a lot. And 8, 9, 10 hours. But you got the phone.
Yeah.
And it's not just me wanting to get on the phone, it's everybody wanting me on the phone.
That's exactly what happened to me, bud, is that, like, when I say I don't read anymore, it's not that I don't read. It's not that I don't read. It's that I read a bunch of separate, different articles off the internet.
Right.
I don't read.
I do that too. Yep.
So I'm reading stuff. I'm just not reading the books.
We'll get you a book, Bruce. Anyway. This is why I like the front porch and not the back porch. I get to interact. I'm not talking to myself. I'm making a video.
That's so good, man. You have a good night.
You too.
Nope.
Okay, Norman. Got it this time. It would take a long time, so I ended up being there from like 8 in the morning. Or I'd get up at 8 in the morning, get down there around like 9, 9:15, 9:30. And then teach. And then, and I'd stay down there until like all day, like 4 or 5 o'clock. And then I'd have performances every night. Right? So it was like I was going to bed 11, 12, 1 later, sometimes 2 in the morning, and getting up every day at 8 and doing the same thing. And walking all over this giant fort. So anyway, it was amazing, and it was beautiful. And there was so much young, black, talented performers. Like, these like, guys, I'm talking about Stephen Hull, Jontavius Willis, Alvin Youngblood Hart, Paxton, Jerron Paxton, Blind Boy Paxton. All of these great, amazing, young, talented artists. And so good. And the video shows them. And they play a lot of old-timey stuff, like these guys. I didn't even know this whole world existed of, like, cats that were, like, banging out, like, amazing ragtime and Dixieland and, like, old Appalachian fiddle tunes and stuff. I mean, really well studied. And I'm going to put up a couple more videos on YouTube, but really I saved all of the best stuff for Patreon. And I feel bad. I put up like one little like minute and 30-second clip of Andrew Ali of a close-up because it was just so good, the camera angle and his playing, that I had to share it with the world because I wanted Andrew to see it with, a couple thousand hits at least or something, But it's been a really, really challenging couple of weeks. I've been on the road since the middle of June. I've been home maybe 10 or 11 days, 12 maybe tops, not consecutive since like June 15th or something like that. So, and that's not bad. I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful. This is what I want to do. And I don't want to teach Skype anymore or Zoom or any of that. And I know some of you guys are waiting on lessons. And look, I'm not saying I'm never going to do it again, but I have to back down. And the reason is I fired my manager. And it was this situation, And it's not what he did. He made a mistake. That's not why I let him go. I make a lot of mistakes. Most of us do, and even though his job is to manage, and the mistake was the manager. Well, I'll just tell you about it. So, this is like the 5th time this has happened. Okay, where he didn't remember something that was written down, and the first couple of times was that gig I did with Annie Raines, that teaching gig. I got sick, and one of the gigs in Maine had to be canceled. And he rebooked it on the day that I was teaching with Annie Raines. So we had to move the Annie Raines event earlier, like at 8 in the morning or something, so that, and she was great about it, but he didn't apologize. He didn't apologize for that. He didn't say, I'm sorry, nothing. He was like, you should have told me. But it's written down in our calendar, and he's getting money from the event. And the reason the gig was canceled was because I had double pneumonia and COVID at the same time. And yet I'm the one that needs to be responsible for reminding him about stuff that's in the Google Calendar that he put in there and that he created. So he didn't check with the stuff before rebooking the day, and then he blamed me. And I let him get away with it. I didn't say anything. And that happened a couple more times before that, and I didn't really care about the mistake. What I cared about was the attitude. The attitude. You can mess up with me really good. You can call me all kinds of names, and you can throw things at me. You can hit me. Right, I've had all these things done to me by people that I care about. But if you come back to me afterwards and say, I'm sorry, let me tell you what was happening. It's not an excuse, but this is why I reacted this way. And again, me being in pain or confused or whatever the issue may be, does not constitute me being able to treat you like that, and I apologize, and I'm sorry. If you do that, me and you are closer than before. They're closer than if you hadn't done it, if you hadn't have made the mistake. That's just me. Because when I see somebody that's accountable for what they've done, I guess maybe it's rare. Maybe it's not as rare in the circles outside of mine. But don't get me wrong, I have a lot of really, really good friends. But I'm talking about business right now. My friends are all in 12-step programs, so they're beyond accountable. They're always, we apologize for stuff we didn't even do. Because we think we might have. Because we know that we don't remember things correctly all the time. And not just when you're drunk. That's one thing I've learned getting older, is that my recollection of the past isn't perfect. And if I ever write a book, right, I'm gonna make sure that I say, as far as I can remember, this is what happened. But I think what happens is something happens, and we remember it well, but we tell ourselves like a story in our head about, to help us remember it, and the story is factual, but we might have rearranged the words and words that we're used to hearing or something, so we don't get it completely accurate. You wouldn't believe some of these interviews that I've done where the interviewer apparently didn't record the interview, and then they just write stuff that I never said at all, nothing even close to it, right? They just make up stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what happened was this. My friend Rachel, she's a promoter, and she's married to my other friend Billy the Kid. She had back surgery, and it didn't go good. And they screwed up the back surgery bad. and she was in tremendous amounts of pain, and was going to need follow-up surgeries to fix the back surgery. So they called me and said, hey, you know, look, we're having a benefit for Rachel. My buddy Nick David did. Would you be interested? You'd have to fly up a couple of days before your White Mountain Boogie gig with DeSoto Tiger in New Hampshire. And I said, sure, I'm there. So I immediately texted my manager and said, hey, listen, here's the deal. I said, I got to go up there early to do this benefit. Have you booked the tickets yet? It's really important. It's Rachel Bernard, and she's, as you know, a great promoter and great person. We would really like to help her out. So he wrote back, sure, I haven't booked the tickets yet. No problem. I got this handled. Fist bump emoji. Mm-hmm. So he booked the tickets, and I saw that the tickets were not for the right day. It would have had me missing the benefit. So I wrote him, and I said, hey, Brett. I said, look, here's I should send him a poster of the event. And I said, here's the event. I need my tickets on this day. And he says, well, so this is the first I've heard of this event. You never told me about it. And I already booked the tickets. This is going to cost a lot of money to fix. So I responded by just sending a screenshot of the text message that I sent him, and then a screenshot of his response saying, I got this, no problem, fist bump. We haven't booked the tickets yet, right? So instead of saying, oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that you never told me that this is the first you've heard of it, first I've heard of it. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, let me get this handled, he wrote back, you expect me to remember a text message for a free gig from 2 months ago? And I said, yeah. Now, he could have wrote back and he could have said, I said, yeah. I said, when you tell me that you got it handled, that you haven't booked the tickets yet, I think that means you have it handled. He's never told me before that I couldn't email, that I had to email anything, right? We've never text message all the time and things get done. Never told me that. Mm-hmm. So he could have wrote back and said, yeah, look, I'm sorry, I screwed up, but in the future, moving forward, make sure you email me these kinds of things because I do better with email. That'd have been good enough. He'd have been my manager for another couple, 5, 10 years, whatever. But no, he got sarcastic, he got mean, it got worse from there. I stayed like this because that's what I'm trying to do these days. I don't like conflict at all. I don't sleep well with it. I don't feel good with it. I used to, in my youth, be much, even if you look at my videos, my YouTube videos back then, I was okay with getting in conflict with people. I was okay with arguing with people that left comments, and I'm not anymore. I don't have time for it. I value this. I value this. Peace. How y'all?
How you doing?
Real good, real good.
I see you there sitting up.
Yep. It's my spot. I value this. I like to be able to sit in silence with myself and think about things that matter. What are those things? First of all, something I don't think about enough. Other people. I try, though. I've been spending a good portion of my days today, yesterday, the day before, a lot of days in a row now, waking up and asking myself who needs help or who should I call that might be having a hard time. And after my prayers, brushing my teeth, some coffee, I pick up the phone and I call somebody and I just say, how are you? And they say, oh, I'm great. How are you? And I say, oh, don't worry about me. I'm fine. I was wondering about this thing that you went through. Are you okay? You know what I mean? Like that. So, as you guys might have seen from my last post on Patreon and on Facebook too, my friend Matt Michaels hung himself. So this is a person I spent a lot of time thinking about before he died. And I spent a lot of time on the phone with him. He had helped me 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years on September 20th that I've been sober. 6 years ago, though, I wasn't sober. And, well, I was just getting out of detox from crack and heroin and alcohol and all of that. And a bunch of people had been over to my house before I got clean. And one of them was this woman, this crackhead woman like me. She got mad. I wouldn't give her money or let her in or something, so she kicked in my front door. So I called my buddy Matt, who was sober at that time and doing well. And he came over and he fixed the door. He got on the phone with Kate. He said, look, I got him here. He's okay. He's like 2 days out of detox or 1 day out of detox. And I'm going to look after him. And he did. He came by 2 or 3 times a day with Gatorade and gummy bears and until I could eat real food. And then he was real good. He got on the phone with Kate and he would say things to Kate like, well, you know, he's a dick, but I'm taking care of him. It's going to be okay, you know. Good guy. And he didn't just do that for me, he did it for a lot of people. And then, you know, shortly after that, he fell off the wagon, you know. And there was a lot of lying. And didn't know what to believe. And then he had this terrible, like, lung infection and needed an operation. And I was there, and then we didn't know if he was dope sick or sick from that until that happened. And then he moved up to Connecticut with this woman, and they tried it out up there, and, you know, it didn't work out, and he came back, and I was happy to have him back, and he got he got sober for about a year or so, and then he met another girl, and then that didn't work out, and that one sent him over the edge, and he started shooting dope and smoking crack and doing meth, and I tried so hard. I tried everything, you know, not just to get him sober, but get him testing strips, to get him into a mental health unit. He was seeing demons. He was sending me pictures of, like, the closet, and he was like, look at that. Can't you see the demon in the closet? Or like, he would send me pictures of his cat's belly and say, do you see the demons in her fur? You know. And you guys know I believe in that stuff, but I would tell him, you know, Matt, look, man, I'm not doubting you at all. But why don't we go get clean first, or let's get to a mental health facility, get detoxed, get some meds or whatever we need to do, and then we'll come home and we'll bless the house, or we'll get a demonologist, or whatever you want to do. But let's take care of you first, and then that, because these things feed off of that stuff. But he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't get the testing strips. He wouldn't go to Smart Recovery. Wouldn't go to Recovery Dharma. was fed up with AA. Finally, at the end, he started going back to AA. Told me he had 2 or 3 days clean. I was sending him meeting links. He wasn't going. On Friday, I sent him a meeting link. Not last Friday, but the Friday before that. I sent him a meeting link. I didn't hear back. Oh, no. He said, I can't go. I can't go because I got a job because I'm broke. And I said, okay. And I wrote back, that's great that you got a job. Hey, get out of here. Afa, bro. Afa. Big ass cockroach. I don't want to open the door and I'm running there, and I also don't want him crawling over my foot. I didn't kill him. I let him go. I would have killed him, though. I'll tell you why. They are competitors, those things. And they get in your house and they eat stuff. And, cereal is expensive. Box of cereal, box of crackers, something like that. $7, $8, right? I got one of them cats in there. One of them cockroaches crawl up in there. Man, I'm making excuses. It's an outdoor palmetto, but still, they would go in cereal. Whatever. Point is this. He didn't come to the meeting. He said he had a job. He needed work, and he was broke. And I wrote back. I wrote, hey, just, no problem. I'm glad you have a job. That's good. I said, just remember why you're broke, right? Because you spent all, parentheses, because you spent all your money on dope. And why you're now employable, parentheses, you're sober. I didn't write the parentheses. I just said, remember why you're broke and why you're employable, right? In other words, when you can, go to an AA meeting. And I didn't hear back, and I thought maybe my comment pissed him off or something. But he used to get mad and scream at me all the time, for nothing. Like, when I was trying to help. And I used to get mad and scream at people all the time when they were trying to help. I don't want to be helped. I wanted you to reaffirm my pity party, This stuff's messed up. I didn't hear back. And after a couple of days, I wrote, thinking of you, in a text. And I didn't hear back. Now I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. I just figured he was out using. I got a call. I believe it was Saturday morning. No, Saturday night. No, it was Friday night. I got a call Friday night, a week from my last text to him, or my, the last text that he got, and I found out he'd killed himself the next day, the Saturday. He hung himself. Wouldn't go to treatment. Wouldn't go to wouldn't go to the mental health unit because of the cat. He had a cat, and he would say, "Jay, you don't understand what it's like to love a cat." To me, and he knew me, right? He said, "This cat and I, man, we're tight." And I said, "Well, Matt, I told him, I don't know, 100 times, like I'm not exaggerating, like 100 times." I said, "Matt, what's going to happen to the cat if you overdose?" "Oh, man, well, man, like I got the same dealer, man, all the time." And I said, "Okay. Let me plug this thing in, this phone in. There we go. I said, what's going to happen if somebody shoots you?" "Ah, man, nobody's going to shoot me, man. I don't walk the streets." He did walk the streets. So didn't you tell me that your ex-girlfriend poured gasoline on the cat in the bathtub because she thought it was possessed by demons? "Yeah, man, but I got rid of her, man." It's like, man, this lifestyle, man. Her dad, cat's dad, shooting heroin, smoking crack, and doing meth and seeing demons everywhere. It's not a comfortable environment for the cat, man. Get the cat. I'll take care of the cat. Somebody will take care of the cat. I'll find you a place for the cat. Just get some help. No, man, you don't understand, man. This cat needs me. Well, that cat sat there for 5 fucking days while his body hung from the top of the ceiling. And his ex, the woman that he went to Connecticut with, she came by yesterday and got the cat. And the cat's back with his brother, and or her brother, and her boyfriend, the cat's boyfriend, up in Connecticut now, on her way up to Connecticut now. So that's good. And I talked to her, and she made me feel better. But yeah, it's been a hard couple of weeks between the manager and Matt dying, really. And a lot of work at that Port Townsend thing. Flying out tomorrow to go to Duluth, Minnesota. Come home for 2 days. Fly up to New Hampshire for like 7 or 8 days. Come home for 2 days. Drive to Chicago or Evansville for a little Midwest tour. And I'm not gonna have much free time now, other than this, Patreon and YouTube. And I'm gonna have to stop teaching entirely. I got to get workout time with my students, not entirely, that's not true, but I just can't be doing it every week, every day, because I need to now be my own manager. I'm not going to jump into bed with some other manager just to make life potentially easier for a short period of time. Bob, you're on Patreon.
Oh, hello, Patreon.
They might want to see you. You look beautiful.
In the darkness. Hello, Patreon.
Man, you look good. So, now I feel weird because Kate's here.
Sorry.
Let's interview Kate. Tell us about Matt Michaels.
Matt Michaels was wound up tight. He tried really hard to stick around, but he was struggling, and we could feel that we might lose him.
Yep.
And it's hard when you know that you kind of felt it, and you go through in your head if there was something else you could have done. But I really don't think that there was.
No.
Nope.
You excited to go on tour in the Midwest? Give the
I am.
real answer.
Well, I'm excited because I get to see my littlest sister
Yeah.
and my parents, I think. Yes, so I'm excited about that.
It's going to be, there's some good gigs in there.
Yeah?
Watch out. Okay, I'm going to kill him.
No, don't kill him. It's his life.
It's his second time. Yeah. I already talked to Patreon about it. I said I wasn't going to kill him.
Fucking mouse-sized. Mouse-sized palmettos. Unacceptable. All right.
You're out?
I'm out. I have my sliders on. They ruin the safety of the slider shoes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good night, Patreon.
Anyway, I should probably get going. It's already a 34-minute video, and we got 20 more minutes of music. Enjoy the music. Know that I am so grateful for your help. I've been making a ton of money, and I've had to spend a ton of money on stuff that I don't want to spend money on. Not fun things. House things and bills and all kinds of stuff. Money coming in, going out as fast as, and I wouldn't have made it this month without you guys. It's already the 6th or something like that, and I'm already broke. And I owed so much money, but there's more coming in, and I'm going to save that. And thank you guys so very, very much. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Can't tell you how much I turn on this camera and I bare my heart to y'all the way that nobody gets it other than my closest friends. And it's therapy for me, but it's also for you. It's for you to know, and when I'm not here anymore, for this to be around. I'm going to tell Kate when I pass away to make all these videos public, all the Patreon videos public. Or she has to keep Patreon going, but she has to actually do it twice a month at least, right? And I don't think she will. So anyway, these are for you. These are private. I saved some of the best stuff for you guys. And I still feel like it's not enough. I still feel like I'm not doing enough. I'll get you a private harmonica lesson pretty soon before the end of the month. And thank you guys very, very much. Enjoy the videos. What's happening, Patreon? Just got dropped off at the Seattle airport by the great Benny Bostrom. Man, I can't even tell you guys what a beautiful cat Benny is. Thank you, Benny. I'm on my way to the gate. I have some footage that is so good. I want to put it on YouTube so bad, but I'm so grateful to you guys that I'm going to make it private for just you. So the following is some clips that I have of some beautiful live performances. There's Washboard Chaz, and right there. And I'm headed back to New Orleans. Enjoy the videos. They're absolutely unbelievable. Talk to you later. Bye. Here with Washboard Chaz.
We're leaving on a jet plane.
You were so good. You were so good. The singing and playing, bro.
Oh yeah, well I had fun. You were great too, man. I saw you a couple times.
Somebody gonna bring, oh Lord, bring, oh the bring, oh the bring. I said I bring my little party home to me. Oh, back, God, miss it, bring her back, oh the bring her back, get her bring back. Bring my money back to me, oh, bring her home, bring her blessed friend, bring her back, oh, now bring her back, get her bring back, bring my money back to me, oh, bring her Well, last night, as I listened back. On that last night, as I was lying in my bed. Oh, that last night, as I listened back. Yes, I did not. I said, dream. Lord, I dream. Oh, what a dream. Yes, I dream. I said I dream. My little boy was there with me. Oh, yes, I
Hey!
my baby let my baby ride. 'Cause here at the train, singing in the rain, don't let it ride. I said, don't let it ride.
Don't stop on my account, ain't it?
I'm working, I was like,
there now. Come on. She tell me, baby, what she know what to do. So I went and bought you the other day. I remember this thing that she softly laid. She was a laying mother. She was a motive. She was a primitive mother for you, and I ain't gonna tell you no lie. All right, you got it, man. Persimmons, I be a persimmon motherfucker, you don't you know? I be a persimmon snacking motherfucker, and I ain't gonna tell you no lie. All right, you got it. Yeah, baby. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, Betty. Come in, Dave. All right.
I want to go trade.
Don't bring your business home. I know you good thing down the back home. A woman like me can't live on bread alone. I got to have a little meat on the side. Break my heart, break my stone. Knock me right out of that hell. I need love, baby, same you do. Don't you deny me, don't be dumb. Hey, woman like me can't live on no bread alone. I got to have a little meat on the side. Yeah, somebody play me a solo now.
I'm the one, baby. I leave you crawling home. Poke chop, greasy. Okay. I got to beat the Lord, easy.
on the side. I'm so tired of sitting at home. I got to get me some meat on the side.
Man.
Let's go home with it.
So now, hang on. Will you walk me through your thought process?
I don't mind.
Yeah, I
I'm on the road.
yeah.
Let's go home with it.
So now, hang on. Will you walk me through your thought process?
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm on the road.
yeah, I